Hello, hello. I've arrived. Artist, archivist, teacher man, and tonight, person who punches people sometimes, I guess. I should come up with a title for Guilty Gear, a title to use for the Guilty Gear streams. Anyway, you can call me Tiberius Vanderfield. Hello, hello. So yes, Guilty Gear. Yeah, a bit late. Quite a bit late. So probably the stream's going to be a little bit short. And on that note, I'm not going to waste any time getting into things. Video games. Alright, so we'll walk and talk, so to speak. Yes, so tonight's stream is Guilty Gear, as you may have guessed from the fact that we're playing Guilty Gear right now. I'm going to switch over to Dizzy. Yes. I think, yeah. Palette 2 was the one that I've been using. And let me double check what stage and whatnot I have selected, because, yeah. I was thinking, we very often end up in Loro de Illyria. So I was thinking that maybe I had selected that, and indeed I had. Yes, anyway, that all should be fine. I don't have any particular preference for any particular stage. Anyway, so, tonight's stream has been a little bit late. But yeah, just a lot of trouble getting things set up. And I was also, it's interesting. So I was originally planning on going, or I was originally expecting to be able to come home from work early today. But instead I had to go in early. Well, okay. I was expecting to go in early and come back early. But instead I went in early and returned at the usual time, basically. But yes, so I had to put in some extra work today. But yes, we got a match right away. Maybe I should have waited a little bit and had some time to dust off my Dizzy gameplay, but oh well. We'll just hope that my instincts guide me. Anyway, where was I? So yes. So today has been just kind of busier than usual. But yeah. It's been a bit of a week for me. But yeah, for the first half of the week or so, for no obvious reason, I was sleeping rather poorly. So I had yeah, that's why I didn't get around to streaming on Tuesday. But yes. Just kind of a rough time for me. Alright. So. Having some familiarity with Dizzy, or Elfelt now, should be helpful. There we go. Alright, very good, very good. Looks like they're gonna go for a lot of chain lollipops. Oh, alright. Unsafe approach there. Alright, that was foolish of me. Alright, I don't know what I was doing with that Mikhail sword there, but oh well. So yes, anyway, rough week. Feeling better now. Alright, I do need to give things some thought. I need to stop getting countered is what I need to do. There we go. Alright, I've got tools for fighting at range. I need to remember that. Yes, an ice pillar is, you know, acceptable, but it's definitely not the best tool that I have for range. Alright. But yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know if I don't know. There's a lot of things that I could have done there that would have made that not work out. There's a quite the laundry list. Perhaps my first mistake was in trying to describe the events of the day and the week while not quite knowing the character. But oh well. Anyway, so beyond that, I guess I kind of skipped over the business, which I typically am not fond of doing. But yes, so the Saturday stream should be the same as usual. I too have a show this weekend. Anyway, the Saturday stream should be the same as usual, roughly 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and we should be seeing some more Arc Knights. Yes, assuming nothing else unusual or unfortunate happens, we should be back to the usual next week. I say the usual, but really, something going wrong is kind of the usual. I guess that's just sort of the nature of reality, honestly. Alright. I was trying to Ice Pillar there, but I was trying to do the near Ice Pillar is the problem. Alright. So I need to get a little bit better at poking. My neutral game is very weak in general. Very good. Yes, my neutral game is very weak in general. My defensive game is quite weak. Perhaps not quite as weak, but still very weak. So yes. It's perhaps unsurprising that, given that, the fact that I'm really only terribly effective when I'm on the offensive, sort of rush down and combo heavy characters tend to be the ones that I'm the best with. Good block. Yeah, you can't just keep shooting at me like that. Alright. And I need to be a little bit more mindful of that move, considering they do seem to like using it. Alright, this is gonna lose me the match. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright. So we need to be aware of sort of what they tend to do while they're crouching. I also need to remember that... I can't chain freezes together. Yeah, and it's not, it's not a small amount of time that an enemy is not freezable anymore. Whoops. Thank Mikhail's sword there. Definitely the raw Mikhail sword was not necessarily the play, but it did work out. Very good. I don't know, I wouldn't be so bold as to say that I actually read that they were going to chain Lollipop.
Little by little,
That's it.
hand in hand.
I did have a feeling they were going to do something there that I would want to interrupt and would be able to interrupt, more importantly. But yeah, heavy Mikhail sword probably wasn't the ideal. It did win us the match, so I can't complain that much. But light would have been better, I think. I need to remember that light exists. I mean, I know it, but I'm mentioning it, but I need to use it. I need to use it. I need to apply that knowledge. Yes, using the light version will allow me to do a lot of the same things that I can do with the heavy. You know, it doesn't have quite the same range, but it's, faster. So yeah, I've got a good idea of sort of what situations they tend to be aggressive in at this point. So yeah, I think that of the skills that have improved from me playing Guilty Gear regularly, my ability to sort of estimate what someone might do is probably the one that has improved the most. Nope. Alright. There we go. Nice. But yeah. Definitely I over-rely a little bit on my slashes. I tend to kind of forget they, aren't, what's the word I'm looking for? But yes, I tend to forget that they, have a pretty good amount of startup to them. Yeah, case in point. Case in point again. But yes, I say case in point. I don't think it would have been visible necessarily unless you have very acute vision. But yeah, both of those times that I said case in point, I was trying to pull off a... I was trying to pull off a slash of some variety. Oh! Okay. Alright, I was expecting that. I appreciate the range on that attack. But yeah, I still think I could have done that a little bit cleaner. But we did win. We did win, so I can't feel too bad. But yeah, clean. If I was spaced further away, that probably would have been a safer play. Maybe standing up and using light slash. Yeah. I guess standing forward punch, the command anti-air that every character has, probably would have been the ideal move to go for in that situation, but I don't know if it would have really had the range. I probably would have had to wait a little bit longer, and waiting is not my strong suit. But yes, we've got another elf belt on our hands here. Or, hold on. Oh, is this the same elf belt? I wasn't paying attention to the username. I don't remember what their username was prior.
How's your band doing? Good. We're working on a new song as we speak.
Nice. I was going to look at their username in the game, but yeah, I definitely didn't see it previously either. So this could be the same elf belt. It feels like it's probably the same elf belt because I'm pretty confident that's the same outfit. I wasn't paying that much, I guess it's not an outfit, it's a palette. Yeah, I wasn't paying that much attention. Whoops. And I should be paying more attention to what I'm doing here also. Alright. I think this is a different elf belt because they're definitely being a lot more aggressive with the chain lollipops, which I wouldn't... Well, I don't know. The other one stopped doing them. Oh. I definitely wasn't expecting that to hit quite like that. I guess the hurt box extends a little bit further into the Mikhail's sword than I was thinking. Alright, good. I didn't mean to do it, but I'm glad that I got the burst out there before I was actually, about to do something especially significant. But yes. Not bad. But yeah, they're definitely being very aggressive with their chain lollipop setups. So yeah, so I think this is a different one because the other elf belt wasn't as persistent with that. They were definitely fishing for a lot of chain lollipops early on. But once I sort of demonstrated that I was able to respond to them pretty effectively, they stopped being quite so aggressive with it. Okay, so it does seem that, yeah, there's not that much of or at least there's not as much of a disjoint as I expected on Mikhail's sword. Ooh, very good, very good. Yeah, I got their burst out while I was basically doing nothing. Nice. Yeah, could have been a little bit cleaner there, but I definitely like that. That was not a bad move to pull. Alright, let us begin. Yeah, what are we in here? So yeah, if I want to try and counter the gun with my chestnuts. I do need to be very careful of when I choose to use it. Very clean, very clean.
Maybe I took it too far.
Maybe. I feel like the stage, something about the stage feels a little bit different. I don't know, maybe I'm just paying more attention to it now than I usually am, but I feel like, I don't remember it like there being sort of snowflakes and whatnot in the background. I don't know, maybe it's not snow, maybe it's something else, but... Alright, I should stop mashing so much on defense. Alright. I don't know why my dash inputs aren't going through as much as I would like them to. Very good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm maybe just not being fast enough with it. If you want to dash, typically being fast is sort of what you're aiming for, I suppose. But yeah, this Elfelt too seems to be learning that you don't necessarily always want to go for lollipops. Alright, very glad that they keep deciding to burst very early. Very good, very good.
Maybe I took it too far.
Maybe. They certainly went pretty far. Oh, what? I briefly forgot the fact that I was starting on the right-hand side, and I was trying to move towards my opponent. I ended up moving towards my opponent when I was trying to move away from them. Alright. Good pressure, good pressure. Ooh, nice. Okay. Alright. Good reversal, good reversal. Very good, very good. You know, I've always assumed... I don't know, I guess I'm just paying more attention to the background than I usually do. Because I'm looking at the polar bear also. I'd always assumed that the polar bear was a polar bear. But now that I look at it some more, it feels more like... It feels less like a living creature. And yeah, when I say assumed it was a polar bear, I did very much mean that it was a polar bear, or at least something very akin to it. A living creature, and not a decoration. But now that I look at it some more, it definitely looks more like the scenery than the humanoid figures. Alright, good burst. That was a decent place to use it, honestly. Alright, I got a little bit hasty with my combo there. Very good, very good. Yep. Oh! Okay, it is alive. Alright, good to know.
I'm starting.
Now, will we get another Elfelt, or will we see something else? Sick. So yeah. I don't know, I don't know what it is about it, but I feel like I'm noticing the background elements a little bit more. Like, I didn't notice the sparkles in the background before either. Okay, so this is definitely the same Elfelt we were just fighting. I guess maybe it's the having developed something of a higher level of comfort with the game in general. I'm less focused on making sure that I put in the right inputs at all times, and more able to, you know, take in the sights, so to speak.
Good! We're working on a new song as we speak.
Yeah, definitely don't seem to be the sort to skip cinematics, even though we've definitely seen this quite a few times. Alright. Alright. I should be a little bit more cautious. I say throwing a Mikhail sword out there. Alright, there we go. Yeah, definitely the biggest thing that I think I need to remember how to do is wait for the heavy slash to execute fully so that I can set up for a Mikhail sword. You can also get punishes, of course, but alright. Very good, very good. But yes, I definitely wasn't expecting to trade there. I wasn't expecting to trade there, but I'm glad that we did. Yeah, I feel like I do think the background's a little bit different now than it was last time around, because it definitely wasn't raining in the last match. Oops. Ah. I don't know what is up with that, because I'm definitely dropping. Oh, whoops! My quarter circle forward instead of back. But yeah, I'm definitely dropping a lot of dash inputs. All right. That was a bad burst. 'Cause, yeah, they're definitely in a very advantageous position right now. But yeah, the 3 Mikhail swords in a row does feel a little bit rude. But yeah, that was intentional. I didn't, do so on accident.
They cannot change society. So instead of
Yes, it probably wasn't necessarily great, but I do think it was the right move for the situation. Because yeah, I feel like this opponent doesn't respond to them quite as well as they maybe should a lot of the time. Ah. Alright, well, we managed to get something out of that at least. I should learn a little bit more about Dizzy's aerial abilities. Because I'm realizing I'm using a lot of light slashes in the air, but that has a pretty high hitbox, so it's more of an air-to-air. Whereas I'm trying to do a more air-to-ground, which I suppose the kick is probably more suited for. Alright. I think I've gotten a pretty decent understanding of what they typically go for in a lot of circumstances. I say, getting hit by something. Alright. I meant to chestnut there. Very good. Yeah, they definitely seem like they're very aggressively trying to get me into a chain lollipop setup. But yeah, they're being very aggressive with it in neutral there.
Hand in hand, we'll build the future.
mankind knew that. Duel 1.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to make this nothing but me fighting this one specific person all stream. So I'm going to double check after this match to make sure that I'm not in a lobby with just one other person in it, which has happened before. Very good. Oh. Alright. Not the worst burst I could have pulled off, I think. Alright, and there we go. Alright, good setup. I suppose any burst that is followed up by a win is a good burst, but unless you just completely whip it. But alright, whoops. So yeah, I feel like I'm messing up my inputs every now and then. I'm doing using the ice fish instead of the chestnuts. Alright. Just like you can counter my projectiles, I can counter yours. Alright, not bad. Alright, they are... Alright. I do have to give them some credit. They aren't just using chain lollipops. Or they aren't trying to just endlessly spam it. They are trying to get an off-ramp. Or rather, they do have sort of a game plan. Yeah, they aren't just trying to chain it forever, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Good mix-up. I definitely didn't respond to that very effectively. Alright, that was definitely a bad place for me to, definitely a bad place for me to heavy Mikhail sword, but... Alright, good. Glad that they used that at a pretty unoptimal time. Very good, very good. Very good. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like we're going somewhere else anyway. Whether I wanted to or not.
Move on to the next floor.
Only a handful are able to keep up with you. It sure gets lonelier as you rise in strength. Alright, so. I want to avoid situations where there's just one person that we're playing against. I guess it doesn't really matter, per se, necessarily. Let's see, where would I guess I would have to get out of matchmaking to change my room. Well, I don't know. I don't necessarily have any reason to believe that there's going to be just one person in this lobby. Yeah, Biken. Have I fought a Biken? I played as Biken a little bit. I don't know if I've played against Biken online ever.
I knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on
Now, one thing I should do is I remember last Guilty Gear stream when I was editing it to put it up on YouTube. The actual game was like very quiet.
Ready to be cut free?
Yeah, the actual game was very quiet.
I no longer have any doubts.
I do want to fix that. But I didn't think of that before we got started here. And I'm a little bit reluctant to do so mid-stream. Because then I might end up with, you know, I had to boost the volume to make it basically even remotely audible. Yeah, make it even remotely audible. But yeah, and I don't want to increase the volume midstream and then forget that I did that in the VOD and upload it with the latter half of the video just being with the game being extremely loud. So yes, I think I'm being a little bit too cautious here. So yes, being a little bit too cautious. I need to throw out more things. And it seems like that was definitely the right choice because they're not responding very well to the chestnuts. Granted, they did win, so... They did win, so I can't say that they're responding that poorly, but... So yes, a little bit more aggression. Oh, very fond of air dashing this one. Ah. Yeah, I let my impatience get the better of me there. Alright. Very fond of the air game, this Biken. Alright. Alright, very good. Once again, I let my desire to follow up with the combo get the better of me. Good burst, I think. Lets me keep the momentum. Very good. Alright. Oh. Ah. Yeah, again, not getting the dash is throwing off my positioning, which is throwing off my game plan a lot. I might need to look into that. I know, previously I was having a lot of controller issues, but I haven't been since I switched up the my setup. Very good. But yeah, that was definitely not a super safe Mikhail sword, but I don't think... Yeah, Viken doesn't have a lot of great, fast, long-range options. So it was probably pretty okay. Yeah, I think probably at that distance, a lot of the best things that Viken could have done to counter a Mikhail sword would have been aerials. Yeah, aerials or a super, and I didn't, they were on the ground, so obviously an aerial wasn't going to happen, and if it did, I would have probably had time to react to it. Yeah, and a super, most people don't just randomly draw super unless they're me. If there's one thing that having forgotten how to do all of my supers has done for me, it's that I'm not necessarily just using raw supers constantly.
Are you injured?
Granted, I'm still not using my tension for anything, so it's not like I need to worry about wasting it. It's already kind of going to waste. I could use it for Faultless, but I think it would probably be better to just remember how to play the game and learn how to do my supers again. Yes. Alright. Auto corner carry. Oh, switched over, so it didn't really go very far there. Alright. Don't want to... Yeah, that was a pretty poor response there. Alright, my air-to-air did flub a little bit there. Ah, unfortunate. Not bad, not bad. But yes, once again, my lack of defense kind of was the end of me there. That definitely was something I could have not died to, but... Alright, I'm getting a little bit too reckless about challenging them in the air. Yeah, I need to learn how to air-to-air, but I also need to learn how to anti-air. And obviously I know that there's pretty simple tools for it. Alright, that was a pretty well-deserved win, I think. They pop up. Icon cinematics are very cool. I wish you could get a little bit more of that when she wasn't necessarily the initial player, the first player position.
Knew that they cannot change society.
Oh
So
well.
instead of reflecting on themselves, they blame the beasts. Heaven or hell.
That's it. Alright, so what have we learned? So we've learned that they like to jump a lot, and we've learned that they like to crouch a lot.
My blade is your blade.
So more or less I shouldn't be... I don't know, I guess I need to
This is the
just
power I've
be
discovered.
mindful of what state they're in. If they're jumping, you need to respond very differently to if they're standing. Yeah, so a standing block will deal with aerials, but it won't deal with crouching attacks. So yeah, I feel like they probably are trying to mix up a little bit, or at least trying to sort of alternate and throw me off a little bit. Yeah, set me up to expect aerials and then not, basically. Oops. Good air-to-air. Yeah, I only had a very vague notion of that being what Dizzy's aerial dust was. Controls a lot of space. Alright. Alright. They definitely respected the fish a lot. which I can probably use to my advantage in the future.
I will not back down.
Alright, alright. Yes, definitely, they know how to play cautiously, I'll give them that. But yeah, I cannot fault them for being too aggressive. Yeah, they are very aggressive, but they're measured in their aggression, unlike some of us. Case in point. Alright. Very good. Alright, that was definitely not the play. Very good. Alright. That wasn't very clean, but I did win, I guess. I didn't lose a round, so. Not bad, not bad. Man, the time certainly has flown. I do want to go longer, but I do have to, you know, be respectful of my physical form and not overtax myself too much. Yeah, I need to... Oops, no. I don't need to pause matchmaking. Can we unpause matchmaking? Ah, okay, so only... It stays paused while you're in the menu, but it unpauses once you leave the menu, apparently. Yeah, so Imperial Ray and Gamma Ray. Yeah, so Gamma Ray is the one that's really strong. Whoops. Yeah, Gamma Ray is... Yes. Yes, the very strong one. Whereas Imperial Ray is probably easier to set up, but it's not as strong. So yes. Yeah, I don't know what the startup on either of them is, necessarily. It could be that the opportunity cost of Gamma Ray is mostly just in the fact that it costs both bars. Alright. So yeah, Abba is definitely a character where we can expect a lot of aggression. Yeah, it doesn't seem like this Abba is that inclined. Oh, never mind. Alright. Alright, alright. I want to avoid getting hit with the move. The, oh, I don't remember what it's called. I was trying to name it, in part thinking, you know, for the sake of those who are not familiar, this move. But I guess if you don't know what the move is already, you probably aren't going to figure it out just from the name of it, because moves in Guilty Gear usually have strange names. So yes. Alright. So yes, that move, where she gets a lot of her jealousy meter and automatically switches into jealousy mode. So yes, that is one that we want to avoid getting hit by. So yes, there's of course other ways for her to gain that meter. So yes, and there's other ways to get into that mode. Alright. So yes, once again, ooh. Interesting. So yes, as I have said before, defense is definitely my weak point, and when Abba gets going, she really gets going. Yes, when Abba gets going, she really gets going. Alright, so I have played a little bit of Abba, but I haven't played that much to know how to counter her per se. I know what she can do in the sense of I know that I can be very aggressive with her, but I don't know sort of the strategy. I don't know what I'm trying to avoid or trying to counter when playing against her. Alright, so I'm definitely... that's unfortunate. But yes. Getting into a lot of... Oh, okay, hold on. I didn't realize that Abba's meter would continue draining while I was in my throw animation. Because, yeah, Dizzy has a lot of very long animations on her and a lot of ways to sort of stall out the game a little bit. I imagine probably to accommodate Wings of Light. But yeah, she has a lot of ways to stall and to... yeah, I should have just Mikhail Sworded there. We did still win, of course. I did still get the Mikhail Sword there, but I didn't need the dash. I wasn't that far away. I don't think so, anyway. I guess I could very well have misjudged, and if I had, that would have been bad, but... Alright, good. Oh. But yeah, one thing is that is throwing me off is that this ABBA does do a lot of overheads, grounded overheads. Alright, does a lot of grounded overheads, so I need to be ready to stand from a crouching guard. Alright. Yeah, I let the desire for the combo get away from me again. Alright, yeah. Should have... If I had dashed there, I probably could have gotten in range. There we go. Ooh, unfortunate. But yeah. I was kind of hoping... I was thinking that she might be more vulnerable when coming out of her Jealous Rage state. But, oh well. At least I got them to spend some tension? Kind of? A little bit? Well. I've had a lot of matches today that have been pretty good. Just not spectacular. Yeah, a lot of matches that were good, but not a lot of matches that I can really feel where I definitely feel like I did a good job. And you know, you don't necessarily need to do the best job, you just need to win, but I don't need to be the best player in the world, I just need to be better than the player I'm facing. But there's always room for self-improvement and for a little bit of critique. You can't be too harsh on yourself, of course. Ooh, alright. Alright. So yeah. Noting where you can improve is definitely important to improving. Alright. Yeah, I always sort of assumed from not having played much ABBA, and when I did, usually not playing against someone who is very aggressive and countering me. Yeah, I had always assumed that there was just more vulnerability. Oh dear. More vulnerability when switching into or coming out of Jealous Rage. But it really does seem like she can more or less act and guard immediately. Alright. Not necessarily a great place to burst, at least not the ideal situation to burst. But I don't want to lose if I can avoid it. They know that I'm in a kind of a bad position here. Alright. I feel like I'm getting a lot of rollback fighting this ABBA. So yeah, having such a good connection for so long, I've kind of stopped being used to occasional frame weirdness. Alright, you know, that's fair. That's fair. They deserve that. I did not do a good, not a good talk there.
Darling, she told me her secrets to a healthy marriage. First of all...
Alright. Anyway, with that, I think it's about time that we wrap up. So yes. Yeah. I would like to keep going, but I don't have the time for it, unfortunately. I just have to respect my schedule and my need for rest. And I have had a long day already, so I don't want to put too much onto myself. So, back to the room. So yes, if anyone has any raid suggestions, I would be delighted to hear them. If not, I can find a raid target on my own. And yeah, so in the meantime, I'll go over the business. I just noticed that my microphone is slightly askew. Anyway, yes, so, where was I? Okay, so yes, tomorrow we will be seeing some more Arknights. Then next week we should be back to the usual. Yeah, I think that let's see, I think I'm going to focus right now, or rather, going forward. I think my main focus is going to be on wrapping up the Team Lily story in Uma Musume Party Dash. But yeah, I don't know, I'm still not 100% sure if I feel that it's a great fit for me as a game. You know, I like it. I enjoy the content of it. I like Uma Musume. But yeah, I always feel like I don't want to talk over the voice dialogue, and there's a lot of voice dialogue in that game. But yes, which leaves me just not talking for extended periods of time. But yes, of course I could simply talk more. I could do a little bit more interjecting between lines, if nothing else, and I do intend to do that. That is something I had already thought about. And that might change my mind a little bit. But yeah, for right now, I'm definitely not planning on doing all of Party Dash. I don't feel that enthusiastic about it. Let's see. Anyway, so I said this to segue into the fact that I'm currently planning on playing that on Tuesday. So yes, next Friday, unless I have reason to do something else, which we could very well. But yeah, unless I have reason to want to do something else, then we will probably be seeing more Guilty Gear. And then next Saturday, we will be seeing some more Arknights. So yes, so no raid suggestions. So who is on? Pardon. Alright. Tonight, I think we're going to go and visit Physicist. Yes, Physicist is playing some Minecraft tonight, it looks like. Yeah. I was going to speculate that maybe they're playing the mod pack that they were playing last time I raided while they were playing Minecraft. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't have enough information in front of me to be able to say that. Anyway, Physicist. I'm always a little bit uncertain of whether I'm spelling it correctly, but anyway. I realized I had the ad pause, so that didn't end before the Alright. So we're just going to pad out some time, because I don't want to raid while I'm in the middle of an ad, because then I won't be able to respond if they say anything. So, the customary raid message is, as always, we have arrived. There we go. I spelled physicist correctly in one try, but I almost misspelled arrived there. Let's see. Guilty Gear. Oh, also time. That's over, but so the Tuesday and Saturday stream we're currently expecting at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. The Friday stream should be around 9 p.m. Central Time. And so yes, so that should be enough. Anyway, so thank you all for being here tonight. I hope that you have had a fine night. I hope that you'll continue to have a fine night every night. And I hope that you'll be well until the next time I see you. Thank you all very much, and farewell. Let us get this raid underway.